Have you ever stopped to consider why it is that you don't fall off of the bed at night while you're rolling around in your sleep?
Because I have rails.
Now, if you actually stop and consciously think about that, it's kind of like one of life's little mysteries, because we all experience it, but we don't really stop and think about it. So I don't want you going home tonight and sitting down on your bed, staying awake, wondering why you don't fall off the bed at night. So it is one of the little questions that I'd like to answer tonight, along with some other thoughts about how it is that your mind works and how it is that it helps you to live your life. Now, as Tess mentioned, the presentation I'm giving you tonight is called Living Life Face-to-Face with Conscious Intention. Now, you may already think that you live life pretty consciously, and probably parts of it you do. But all I'd like to share with you is some thoughts tonight about some other things that you may not know about and how your mind works that quite honestly might help you to live life with a little bit more conscious intention. Why is that important? Well, what's interesting is I'm going to teach you some differences between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, but here's the important piece. It is with our conscious mind that we learn, that we love, that we experience life, and that we create the memories that will be the cherished things that we have in the future. Your subconscious mind is good at paying attention. It is good at taking in information and processing it. But it is only with your conscious mind that you actually act with intention. What I want to show you is that it's possible for you to communicate to a person, but not necessarily connect with the person. And there's a real difference there. So in all of the things that we teach and in our book and our things, we always want to say, we want you to communicate and connect with conscious intention. Your subconscious learns how to do things by repetition of your actions. I want you to understand it's repetition of your actions, not just your thoughts. The statement I have you pay attention to, intention to, if you will, is having an intention to do something is not the same as doing something with intention. One of them is a thought, the other is an action. Your subconscious learns by your actions. So what I'd like to teach you about is how does your subconscious do that and what does it do to run your life? So the concept that I use is I call the teeter-totter principle. I'm not an artist, so just bear with me. Everybody see that? Get the basic idea? How many of you actually been on to a teeter-totter? Most. Okay, they're not so popular in the school grounds anymore. I don't know whether it's liability or whatever it is. It's hard to find them anymore. Okay, so this is a teeter-totter, but instead of thinking about it as a playground toy, what I'd like you to think about it is as a metaphor for how you learn things and what impact your past have on you. So what I'm going to do here is at the point here, let's get it up there so it's actually touching. On this side, I want to put this as the past. Right here at the point of the fulcrum, that's good, we have the present. And out here, we have the future. Okay? Now, you have been training your teeter-totter how to live your life basically since you've been born. You have a teeter-totter in your subconscious mind for every thought, action, and behavior in your life. The teeter-totter here is a way for you to think about how is it that your subconscious mind operates your life, but more importantly is what are you going to have to do if you literally want to operate with more conscious intention. You need to know that you have a teeter-totter back here for not communicating with conscious intention. We sometimes set expectations for ourselves as to how fast we can learn something new or how fast we can have an impact on something we're going to do. You remember the first time you rode a bike? How'd that work out for you? Pedal 3 times, get pushed, fall, crash, burn, get up, try it a few more times until you finally did it, right? Well, anything that you learn new is like riding a bike. We have expectations that we can just sit down and do something new, and we should be able to do it quickly, effectively, and we set expectations that quite honestly are just unreasonable. Can you break an old habit? Yep. Have you ever stopped and consciously thought about why it is hard to break an old habit? I mean, we know it's hard to break an old habit, you actually consciously stopped and thought about why is it hard to break an old habit? Well, that's why. Because you've been programming your subconscious to do this for as long as you've been doing whatever it is that you've been doing, and given the opportunity without a conscious override, it will do what you've trained it to do. So I want to give you a concept here about that you can use as, if you will, a metaphor for how you can start to do things with more conscious intention, and what I call it is the intention flashlight. Well, this is just a flashlight, but if you think about this as trying to do something with intention, there are 4 things that you have to have in order to be able to do that. The first of it is you have to have some energy. Now in the flashlight, we have a battery. All right? It could be a good battery or it can be a dead battery. If it's a dead battery and I push the button, nothing happens. Consider yourself to be like that. If you're going to do something with intention, you have to have energy. The second thing that is required is you need to have a direction. Now, if I turn the flashlight on, and I'm not going to do like this and put it into all of your eyes, because I know that is going to irritate a lot of people, I'll put it this way. But the flashlight, what's interesting about it is that a flashlight, there's an infinite number of directions that I can aim this. If you think about lighting your way, illuminating your way to intention, I can aim it up and down, I can aim it sideways, I can move it all the way around. There's an infinite number of directions to aim the flashlight. The question is, where are you going to aim it that's going to actually help you accomplish the task that you have in mind? Think about going into a cave. Going into a dark cave, and if you're aiming it behind you, not so helpful. Okay? We have all heard about written goals. Whether we do them or not, we've all heard about that we should do them. Why is that good? Your subconscious mind can't help you get to a new place if it doesn't know where you want to go. And it also can't take you to a new place that you've never been. The third thing that is required is focus. Now, with this particular flashlight, has a fairly good battery. And if I aim it over here, we can see it on the wall. But it has a limited amount of life with this battery that I can accomplish a task with it that I would want. This is another light. Everybody see the little red light? Would you want to go into the forest on a dark night and light your way with it? Not so good to plan. Better plan, not so good a plan. However, if you have something, there's only so much energy in here, and if you have a very complex task that you need to focus in on, maybe you need to narrow the field of focus that you're trying to accomplish something down to where you have both the energy and the time to accomplishment so that you are truly lasered in on accomplishing that task. The final thing that you have to have is, with intention, is action. So I have the flashlight. It has a good battery. I know where I'm going to point it. How much has happened?
Nothing.
I have to turn it on. You have to turn it on. You have to actually take action. How many of you have ever held a balloon? All right. Another one of life's little mysteries that we actually don't really stop and consciously think about it. We've all actually kind of held a balloon, played with a balloon, but have you ever really consciously sat down and thought about a balloon? Tonight you're going to do that. Everybody gets a balloon. All right. Everybody got their balloon? I want you to consciously become one with your balloon. I do not want you to pop it yet. We'll do that in a few minutes. But I want you to actually consciously now experience the balloon. At any point that you're ready, pop your balloon. All right. I want you to stop now for a second. And I want you to consciously think about, what did you feel? How was it? Was it surprising? There was something that you didn't expect to happen. Let me tell you something you didn't notice. While you were in the process of popping your balloon, you didn't think about the rest of the world. You didn't think about your bills, work, pain, the problems of the world. You didn't think about happiness. You didn't think about any of those things. At the moment and time when you were dealing with your balloon, you were right there in the moment. That is conscious intention. Now, is it important to have conscious intention with the balloon? I don't know. I'll bet it was more fun than anything else you did today. And here's what I can pretty much guarantee for you. You create a memory about that you will not forget. You can't do things with conscious intention until you recognize that you're not. We all do it. It's okay. But it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more enjoyable of life to live, to love, to learn, to experience life, and to create memories with conscious intention.